What's up, sports bettors? Alex here. We got two NBA games tomorrow, May 12th. 76ers Heat, Mavs Suns. Both the Heat and the Mavs are small underdogs. A little tempted by the Heat plus 120. You can see the best odds are currently on Caesar Sportsbook, but gonna hold off for now. In this video, we are going to be talking about the best two player prop bets for May 12th. Another thing I'd like to mention is we have a ton of sports betting experts writing betting analysis picks on a daily basis that you can check out on the OddsJam site, as well as you can follow along with injury alerts and also just futures odds. Who's most likely to win the championship, which right now is the Warriors, sitting at roughly plus 200 on most sports books. So anyways, let's get into it. Best two player prop bets for today. So all of our bets will be positive expected value, so mathematically profitable bets from OddsJam. And the first player prop I like is Brunson under 27.5 PRAs at minus 105 odds. So you can see right here, Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook out there, sharpest line out there, has this all the way down at minus 132, only 32 cents in market width, and we can pick it up minus 105 on Caesars. So 3.92% profit margin seems pretty good. This will be the first bet that we're going to lock in. So Mavs Suns game, first bet, Jalen Brunson under on his PRA. So the math is supporting it, and I'm going to go ahead and roll with it. Under 27.5. Expecting a big game from Luka, especially after some of the comments he made after the last game. And then I'm going to add this bet to my OddsJam bet tracker. So a few things. A green check mark shows up indicating I hit this bet. And you can, if you like, bankroll management, or you're looking for a good way to manage your bankroll, you can use the Kelly criterion calculator if you're bankroll constrained to try to figure out what's the optimal fraction of your bankroll to wager on, specific bets. So you can see for Jalen Brunson, this bet, you'd want to wager roughly 4% of your bankroll on. So we're getting a lot of value to Pinnacle, which has this line at minus 132. So minus 132. So if we throw that into a zero vig odds calculator and remove the juice from Pinnacle, their market was plus 100, minus 132. We can see that the fair line for Brunson under 27.5 PRAs, looks like Caesars took my bet. Yep, can see it right here. Did they take it? Yeah, they took it. Okay. So Mavs Suns, Jalen Brunson, under 27.5 PRAs, 250 on it. Added the bet to my bet tracker. So we just bet this minus 105 odds, right? Minus 105 odds on Caesars. The fair line, once you remove the juice from Pinnacle, the sharpest line out there, the sharpest sportsbook out there, you get a fair line of roughly minus 114. So we're getting 9 cents of improvement to the fair line of minus 114 since our bet is at minus 105 odds. So that's pretty good. Our bet has a win probability of 53.23%. So what we can do is go to an EV calculator, put in our win probability. We're betting at minus 105 odds. We bet $250 on it. So given the win probability of our bet at minus 105 odds, our bet has an expected value, a profit margin in dollars of 981, right? So if we put 100 in here, you can see it's 393, and 3.93% was the edge on this bet from the OddsJam plus EV page. So 981 in profit margin on this bet, pretty happy with it. And then we can see it in my OddsJam bet tracker. So again, it's really important to track your bets because not only does the OddsJam bet tracker grade your bets as wins and losses for free, but it will also show you where you beat the closing line. So on Monday, May 9th, I bet the Dodgers over 4.5 team total. I bet it plus 100. The line closed plus 100, right? So this was basically a fair bet. I also bet Rangers plus 1.5 at minus 110 odds. The line closed minus 111, so a bit of improvement. Athletics first half run line plus 0.5. I bet this minus 122. And we got better odds than the closing line with the market closing minus 136. So you're not always going to be able to beat the closing line, but what I like to do on a daily basis is just kind of go through my bet tracker and monitor my beat CLV percentage, right? If you're not beating the closing line, it's literally impossible to make money sports betting. So you want a positive ROI, you want to make money sports betting consistently, you have to consistently beat the closing line. So above 50% is good. The best sports bettors can get this number above 70%, and that's what you should be looking for. So anyways, we hit our first positive EV bet, roughly $10 in profit margin on that bet. And we can see the next bet is, Ayton, this Embiid bet to make 1-3. He just has to make 1-3, minus 108 odds. This I already actually bet on FanDuel, so we'll skip over that. But the next bet that just became available is Ayton over 17.5 points, over 17.5 points. Ayton is a freaking beast. I expect him to have a big game, so I like this bet, and we'll lock it in again, and then I'll add it to my bet tracker. Pretty simple, right? Nobody wins every single day as a sports bettor, so you're really just looking for value in sports betting markets, right? And this is all possible because sportsbooks have different odds, right? If you wanted to bet on the Heat and you were in Arizona, just like I am, you better be placing your bet on Caesar Sportsbook. If you're placing bets at plus 115 odds on DraftKings, when you could be getting plus 120 odds, 5 cents of improvement on Caesars, you're, not a good sports bettor, right? You have to have numerous accounts and always be getting the best possible odds and finding value, right? So the OddsJam Positive Expected Value page just shows you bets where there's value to the sharpest sportsbook in the world, and then quantifies that profit margin mathematically. So again, a good way to think about why it's important to have numerous sportsbooks is if you were betting $250 on every wager. So we just locked in that bet as well. So Ayton over 17.5, Brunson under 27.5 PRAs. But again, kind of the math is if you were betting $250 on all your bets and you went 50 and 50 betting at plus 105 odds, you would be up $625 in profit, right? If you went 50 and 50 betting at minus 105 odds, you would be down $600, right? So even though these small differences in odds, like plus 120 versus plus 115 or minus 140 versus minus 130 seem a bit small, if you're actually looking to make money sports betting, it makes all the difference in the long run, right? Because no sports bettor wins every time. So you need multiple sports books because all of these sports books have different odds. So those are the two positive expected value bets I locked in for today, both mathematically profitable. Ayton over 17.5 points, Brunson under 27.5 PRAs. Let's make some money today.